Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are located, and welcome to our session on Alibaba Cloud platform. So, I'm pretty excited to share about my learning of Alibaba Cloud, and I'm looking that you are also as much as I excited about Ali Cloud because it is not a common one. It is something for most of the people. I believe it is something new, and most of the people never even got a chance to see what kind of services Ali Cloud platform is offering and what kind of the console look, feel, what kind of pricing model, and where it differentiates with the other major cloud platform which are very well established in the market. So we are going to talk and see about that in our next 60 minutes. And before that, I really want to share something that I'm not affiliate with anyone and no one told me to do such kind of session. It is purely on my own learning basis and I'm not getting paid for anything. It is just something that I want to share because I am exploring it from last 6 7 months and I found a couple of interesting things. So that's the whole idea. So feel free to drop your query even if you are working on some other cloud platform or if you are newbie, have not worked on any platform, maybe this can be a good option or you can start. I will share the three things. What is cloud? I am expecting that most of the audience who is watching aware. Why cloud or why now specific Ali Cloud and how to get started. These are the three things which always my focus to share so that you will get some actionable things to start with, right? So feel free to drop your comments, drop your query if you are looking for any kind of career thing or where you can understand that where Ali Cloud will fit. And looking forward to more and more queries and couple of common queries which I got from my social media profile. I would like to share on that part. And last, there is no presentation today. It's only me and the demos. And you, most important, you feel free to drop your queries. And we are joined by one of our Alibaba MVP itself. Hey, John. Hope things are going well with you. So I'm really excited about this. So let's get started. I would like to share like where like Alibaba Cloud got my interest and why I put my efforts to learn about that along with the other cloud platform which I am doing from last couple of years. So I joined one of their meetup in back in January this year. It's been almost 3 and 4 months. Before that, even I was working and started working, like exploring. But I joined, and there I heard from their group VP, Dr. Feifei Lee. He shared about how Ali Cloud prepare themselves to handle double 11. Double 11 is something like a Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or in India normally we usually on the festival seasons something known as Big Billion Day or Prime Day, such kind of sales. All those, the online e-commerce shopping offers are there. So the same is in mainland China, Double 11, which is happening every year on 11th November, and that is the most world recorded thing till date. And it is much bigger, maybe 5 6x bigger than Black Friday, Cyber Monday, for which we all are pretty excited, especially the West world is pretty excited about all those days. But this is something which is much bigger and it is recorded. And Dr. Feifei Lee shared about how Ali Cloud and the whole entire team, uh, Ali Cloud team was able to handle how they design and architecture. Because see, whenever we talk about cloud, we talk about availability, scalability, all those things come into picture. But think beyond that, that the scale at what level, right? It is something that having a millions of transaction per second, and a single transaction loss can be a business loss, which is translated into the monetary loss for any business. That is the most important point to understand before talking and thinking that okay, technology is there. Technology is something which comes secondary. I always try to focus and push this thought that technology is secondary, but first about the business problem and people. So there I was excited about like hearing the story, and I started exploring more and more, and I spent my half of my January month, and then in February I got a chance to work on the platform. and I try to build couple of things, try to learn, try to explore, and the documentation is very well written, right? Now, common question: Why Ali Cloud? I am not going to talk about what is cloud. I believe that is a very generic. You can find everywhere. If you really know one cloud platform, then I always suggest it is easy to replicate. Because another before talking any technical or any Alibaba specific, I would like to share one of my own thought. I got a queries why I am always doing level 100 session or a basic or fundamental. Why not advanced? Guys, try to understand. Everyone wants to go to advanced, but someone need to stick at basic to make that core strong foundation, right? If that is not strong, let me tell you, whatever the cool technology or whatever the buzzwords we are talking, that will not make any sense. Simply cloud is enhancing the things. It is not that everything is getting reinvented. It is the way we are working or adopting the IT is reinvented, specific from the pricing model, from the agility and all those perspective. But it is not that everything we need to learn from a ground. So stick with first fundamentals. If you are able to understand and if you are important able to communicate the same fundamentals to other, that is, I believe, the biggest, the biggest factor. Advanced thing, again, you can learn endless thing, but until unless it will not come into your work or in your practical, it will not make sense. I did same kind of thing. I tried to learn something 3 years back, which till date I have never used in my work, and even I forgot. Even I'm not bothering nowadays to learn those things. Maybe for someone that is important and that is their core bread and butter. So it is something, once the fundamentals are strong, it will be easy. Okay, now come back to the Ali Club. So if okay, so Ali Cloud is also now very considerable into the market. I come across many opportunities where the customer is asking, okay, platform A, B, C, market established, I believe, and now platform Ali Cloud, where it will fit, and can you give me the quotation on that, can you give me solution design on that. And important thing is the pricing factor. The pricing is very very competitive, and Ali Cloud is having a very good solution around. Maybe again, the people are very fascinated about IoT and ML. I That is where I believe they are fitting themselves in a very big and a best way. Especially the smart city kind of IoT projects, they have a lot of out of the box solution, and in the field of e-commerce, they have a damn good solution, because it is their own bread and butter, and they are running the e-commerce from many years. So that is where they are trying to fit. Infra is infra, Linux is Linux, right? It is not that they build something. Yes, they have their own custom flavor of Linux, but network is network. We need to understand, they again, 1918 RFC, security is security, encryption is encryption. But they are trying to put themselves not only in mainland China. In mainland China, they are the biggest cloud provider. And another thing is, if we want to access the Chinese region for the other cloud platform, it's not easy until unless we don't have the entity there. But Ali Cloud, there is something they are giving out of the box if we want to expand our business in China. And because China is having a huge user base, and you can understand, I am going to share about double 11 also. I suggest that you have go through the blog article, understand, and then go through the technical part. You will really get fascinated. I am also going through a lot of their white papers around how they are building their internal thing, and all those things are always very much fascinated. So Ali Cloud is expanding. It is not new in market. Maybe we have not worked and not heard. I understand. It is since 2009 they are in the market, and they are managing the whole China, mainland China e-commerce and the related territories in a heavy way. And recently, even they have changed their name, known as Alibaba Cloud Intelligence, because their service offering is growing and growing. And as I mentioned, they have an awesome solution around IoT out of the box, and especially on the e-commerce part. And if you are expecting and planning to do something, I highly suggest to consider Alibaba as one of your choice of platform, even if you are not explore it, because the resources and documentation are easy. And if you really worked on any one platform, let me pick AWS, then I can suggest it will be much easy. It is not that apple to apple comparison, but fundamentals, again, they are the come like My always thought process, the fundamental, that is what even I am trying to do from here to here, not moving something groundbreaking, but where the my fundamentals I can utilize to learn something new. And the same with OCI is very common, and nowadays people are getting crazy about OCI certification because it's free. I'm also planning to do a getting started OCI kind of session maybe in couple of weeks, so stay tuned and also subscribe to the channel. So Ali Cloud is growing and they have expanded not only mainland China, but they have now presence in most of the continents. They are present. The first one who have a present in Middle East, right? As well as they expanded in US region and Australia. In APAC they are covering. Especially I would like to target, like, because the data sovereignty law, data residency law, they are the one and only as of now the provider who are providing or having a region in a country like Malaysia. So Malaysia is a big market for Ali Cloud apart from mainland China. And I am working and I have many friends who are working with the Malaysian customer, and it's not that a small customer, it's a very big scale, large migration and large implementation. So I'm trying to learn from them, and it's their bread and butter. It is not that we need to learn everything every time. Maybe a one or two platform can help. Maybe it may be that Ali Cloud can be your first cloud platform, and you can explore it, you can learn it, and then you can replicate the same learning to other. The terminology may be different, but the core and foundation, again, I'm putting more and more effort and focus on the fundamentals. That is the most missing part, believe it or not, because everyone, we just started following some tutorials, and at the end, and we are running for some certification. Maybe I'm founding the same kind of thing. It will not make a good sense in the long run. So try to understand about the fundamentals. So let me share my screen now quickly. Let's go through a couple of demos, and I believe people are very excited to see about the Ali Cloud Console. So let me show that quickly. So here I am. I would like to share. So you can see this is something not only specific on Ali Cloud platform blog, but CNBC, and you will find endless blogs and endless posts, reports, and news like that, which are covering about the success of Double 11 2019, and you will see. And I highly suggest just search about the Double 11 2019, and you will get an idea like this, and you will land to such kind of blog post where you will see that yes, where they are talking about and what is something. So let me show you now quickly again the Alibaba, how they have designed, because we understand at the end a cloud, physically geographic located thing, and Alibaba is not something that they are doing something groundbreaking, but they are uh, trying to share the same learning and the same proven methodologies which are adopted heavily by all the big players who are running at a scale. So here you can see Alibaba is running as a region. A region consists of multiple availability zone, and each region is having this zone which is a independent physical data center with the independent cooling and all those things. And the documentation, I can say, is a very well written. Here you can see the region they have mentioned, because they have origin in mainland China and they are covering, and they have their big customer presence in mainland China. So they have a many region in China. Apart from that, outside of mainland China, here you can see they have presence in India, Singapore, Australia, Malaysia, US, German. So they are covering all those things, and the Middle East part also. Dubai, you can see they are the first one who started their the cloud region in Middle East, and after that other people are coming, but they have again a good customer base. And I suggest to watch and see some case studies. That is the most important part, to understand that how the customers, how the different kind of use cases are there, and how people are learning from all those things, and where it will fit best. So again, these are the documentation link. You just search about Ali Cloud region or infrastructure design, you will land to such kind of thing. After that, important thing I would like to share about, like, they have around 21 regions as of now, with multiple with the with these availability zone concept. And just to quickly share, where is, I have opened many tabs, so I want to show something on the where is my screen of, okay. So I would like to share about their their region and their, the map thing, because being as a cloud provider, it is always important. And being as our a cloud learner and user, we need to understand that all services are not available in every region. Before starting any technical thing, these are the homework which really we need to complete, and it need to be on our tips before designing any solution. Because it is possible that we commit something to the customer, and later we found that that service is not available to the desired region where we are planning to host our or set up our infrastructure and application. So keep remember, these are these small tips, and these are the very most important, crucial, whatever, like, these words I can use to understand. Technology comes secondary. Please put this thing in mind. Most of we miss such kind of thing, and later we get into the trouble when the customer asks, where is my solution? So I have done such kind of thing. It is again my own learning. I have done without checking the documentation, because cloud is moving in a bigger, faster pace. And again, it is not possible every time to learn everything as quickly as it is getting, released. But something or the few important things always we need to be aware before doing any solution design. So not every service is available in every region. And utilizing the China region, I will cover maybe at the end of it, maybe 5 minutes I will spend on that, like if you want to utilize the mainland China region. But here you can see, as of now, it is like 21 region with 63 availability zone. And in the map it is showing like that. And this is something you can see now, like internationally, and with the China, they have segregated regarding the services which are available in which region. And always suggest, if you learn, if you are going to design the solution and you have idea, you have created your mind map architecture, just once confirm with, like, either all these services are available or not, or if there is any kind of roadmap given in the documentation, it will help you to serve or learn as well as serve your customer in a much better way. I hope you are getting here my point. So try to understand, those are the most small important thing. Because unless the things are not getting organized and properly communicated, no, whatever the technical big things we will talk or cool things we'll talk will not make sense in a long run. So keep remember, before talking about any cloud platform, so these are the small things. Now you can get started. Again, Ali Cloud is providing a free trial. You can subscribe to that. Let me click on that. It will show you. I have already created couple of my accounts for my own learning. You can utilize. I have personally used the debit card as well as credit card, and both are working. Just you need to have a international transaction activated on your debit card if you don't have a credit card, so you can go with that. And here it is giving in their free trial, it is something different than the other cloud provider giving, because other cloud provider giving some kind of long term free tier or always free. Here it is also there, but they are giving some kind of credits to do. Here these credits which they are showing, it is not something the other cloud provider like Microsoft Azure and GCP is giving. It is something that there are the different model. Let's talk about as one is a typical old model of subscription base is, let's say, the upfront and the fixed price with the fixed what I can say size or configuration or technically SKU. So we can go with that. And in free trial, that is where and the another very cloud specific model is pay as you go, which is we called as a on demand. So in their free trial they are providing something, the fixed one, the subscription one, because that is a fixed. Here you can see either we can enjoy or spin up or learn the VM, the VM call here, it is a Elastic Compute Service, ECS. ECS is a very common term in the world of AWS for their container offering, but here it is Elastic Compute Service, which is a virtual machine in our simple term. So they are providing a free trial. If we go with this one core, again this is a shared one burstable 1 GB memory with 40 GB of ultra cloud SSD disk for 12 months. Or if we want some powerful one, the duration is much lesser, you can see, for 3 months, and that is covered here. The same with they are doing in some other of their offering, the subscription based model. Once you start, even you can delete, but there are some catch I found that I missed to understand it properly and I got charged. So I highly recommend, if you want to start, try to understand their little bit pricing model. It is not like it is just a toggle, I can say. I will show you in the demo. So from there we can understand subscription. It can be a 1 month to the 3 years kind of thing. Again, reserve instance, all those long term commitment with the discount model also here. And pay as you go is the quickest one, which we can utilize to test the service. And you can understand they are giving the 100 GB free storage. In other cloud we are getting maybe much lesser, and all those free tier and free trial services is there. And after that there's some free products, and always free product service. Important is one of the thing is anti DDoS protection. That is I found very beautifully, and it is covering a lot of thing with a very good feasibility. So those things are out of the box coming as a free. You can just start a free trial. It is a matter of few minutes, and you will get all of your details. And after that you will get one of the first account which you will create. You will get your admin access, and then this beautiful thing come into picture. So welcome to the world of Ali Cloud Platform, and this is the console. Here you can see the console, and I have not go through intentionally because I would like to show, like, the first time when you will see, you will get some kind of tutorial which will give you some walkthrough. And after that, this is our admin account. The admin account is the same root account we call in AWS or another different cloud platform. So we will get this. And you can see I started using this from couple of months, and I have spent couple of amount in the month of January. When I was learning, I was planning, preparing. So this is here. After that I just put it on hold. I was not utilizing because I was started working on actual project side, that how this learning can be helpful to understand more and more. So again, coming to the part, this console is a global base, so that is why it is mentioned global. But we will see according to the services we can change the region. So now come into this hamburger icon, and under the product you can see with the category wise they have a huge product listing. And after seeing this, maybe a lot of things will quickly click in your mind, and that is what the the leverage of existing learning come into picture. If you really worked on any other cloud platform, okay, my single sentence suggestion, or my feedback here is like, this cloud platform is a mix of all three major cloud platforms. Few services I found it work like a GCP way, few services I work like a AWS way, few services I like working in a Azure way. So I found this is a very mix of, and I am trying to explore my all those platform learning here, and really it's going so far so good. So try to understand. It is a very beautifully given, and they are really capturing the market. They are shown multiple times in the Gartner report. It is not that this platform is only for mainland China people, but you can access it from anywhere. In India, they have a presence, I believe, from last 2 years, and they are growing at a very exponential and a very fast rate in India also. So try to understand, it is something we are talking about, a multi-cloud and all those things. So now I don't believe that it is time to ignore. It is something, previously it was a three platform, now it's almost five platform. But again, the fundamentals are same. If you learn once, it will be easy to replicate. And then it's like a 30 to 50% is the replication of your existing learning, and then 50% is a platform specific, the way they are trying to implement the things and what kind of feature out of the box and what are the if and buts here and there. So this is a console and you can mark. I was playing with couple of services, that is why I just mark or bookmark it. So this is just like a Microsoft Azure feeling, if you know that they have such kind of blade and something we can mark. So I am trying to understand from that, it is not that everything is same. There is lot of difference, lot of different things to do. But what I'm trying to say is to utilize or leverage the existing learning. That will help you to learn the things more quickly. And then the point of differentiation, when it comes to differentiate between a one product to the other or one platform versus another, it will help you to understand. So here is something I have bookmarked. You can see in the Elastic Compute, it is load balancer, auto scaling, container services, and some kind of HPC specific instances, container registry like at that Docker Hub, or again the function as a service, which is usually Lambda or Azure functions. Here also it is coming, and then managed Kubernetes services also come into picture, and web app service like that Microsoft Azure web app service. And with the database side, they are covering again RDS for again multiple flavor. They have a MS SQL, Oracle, Postgre, and MySQL. And after that, now let's maybe think about the AWS Aurora. So they have something same like known as a Polar DB. They have created, and that is again a massive scale, uh, with the storage support of hundreds of terabytes. So it is something they you will start feeling the same kind of thing when you will start exploring. But the major part come into the pricing is always the most crucial part for taking any business decision. So don't ignore that. Again, my always point is technology comes secondary, because I learned in that way, because I was into the same that okay, if I know this technology, the things can be solvable like cup of tea. But it's been couple of years since I am doing the work, and I got my mindset that okay, until unless there is no business problem, proper requirement gathering and understanding, there is a no point to talk about technology, because solution can be built on platform A, B, C, D, but we really need to understand what is the business problem and how we can approach the solution design. So the same with the alternate or the kind of S3 here known as storage services, you can explore. This is what, and most of the things are covered under free tier. And I again suggest they have a very good DT plus is most of these machine learning services, and IoT they have a damn awesome out of the box product. And if you are into media, I suggest maybe you can try with that. I was even exploring to do a couple of things, that how the OTT platform designs can be, or architecture can be on Alibaba Cloud. So I'm also exploring in the way. So let's explore a couple of quick services before even started. Once you create your account, the first step, again not a technical part, but creating a non-root user and securing your root account with the MFA and all other things. The same existing learning, but if you are new, you need to understand from the basics that okay, a cloud platform started, and you need to secure your root account, because that is the most powerful account. It can lead to some kind of issues if the credential got leaked, whether it's about key or that secret public private key, or any kind of your password if it is not secured with MFA and all those best practices. So first step, create your alias, and then follow these couple of things you just need to fulfill. So Google Authenticator is the one which is supported by Ali Cloud. So you can set up the MFA for your root user as well as your another users. And I have done the same thing, and then I have created a group and with some kind of user and policies. And now I'm going to log in with that group. Let me show you that what kind of experience you will see. Uh, because once the that link we have created, we just need to uh, go to that link, and I'm going to access. This is just a demo user I created for this demo. So hope my password, my super secret password. I always forgot the my super secret password. So I gave some access, not the billing access, to this user, and you can see the console field. We are able to see all those services, and let's start playing with couple of services. So try to understand IAM. Here it is called as RAM, Resource Access Manager, which is the work of IAM where our user access credential keys are there, and we need to set up the MFA. So Elastic Compute Service is the virtual machine service here, and we will be able to see and we will be able to utilize our cloud trial also. Here you can see I have spinner because it is running from last couple of months when I started learning. So here you can see I spin up, and it's a subscription model, not pay as you go. But I'm going to see, and by default out of the box the security risk center, we can install a agent in an automated way which will give us lot of things. So let's first create, and then maybe quickly I will cover this thing. So here I'm going to create an instance, and it is asking like what kind of model. Subscription only go with that if you are going to run it for a long term, not for the short term. Here you can see right now it is a subscription base, and some by default option it is giving a estimated price of this much and duration of 1 month. Let's go for the 1 year. You will be able to see it is giving automated some discount, and the estimated again price. But I'm not going to do with this. I'm going to pay as you go model. And region, in China region, if we want, really we need to submit couple of documents, the personal identity. After that we will be able to access the China region easily. And if we really want to host anything, especially let's say the website, we need to take a permission or one kind of certificate known as ICP, Internet Content Provider. If we don't have that certificate, the chances are our site will not be shown to the Chinese user, or it will not be the performant, or it will get banned. So there are some laws. It's international laws. It is not again, but Alibaba is giving the opportunity, or they are playing as a middleman role to complete those processes as soon as possible. So if you're really looking to target the Chinese user or the Chinese market, and you have a business presence there, this is a perfect place for you. So here we can see, and I'm going to select, let's say I'm in Singapore, but okay, let's go with the India Mumbai region. And here it is showing like zone A, zone B, again the availability zone. I'm not selecting any specific, I just put it as a random. Now it is giving the instance types. You will find they don't have those bigger terabyte size instance type, because again it depends upon a very specific use cases. But the console experience is much smooth. We can select that we want some entry level, some the cheap one, because we are not going to do anything. And it is giving the option of all those burstable, which is kind of T2 micro in the world of AWS. And let's go with this burstable type T5, which is having some this info. And you can understand we can play with these numbers like that. And if we are looking for something different and some specific, just select that bare metal option. Maybe it is not supported region. That is where I told that before even starting the technical solution design, go through the documentation with the service availability. That will help you to design better in a long run. So I'm going with this simple one, and it will, because I selected pay as you go, so that is where it is showing that it will charge this much cent per hour. And after that, by default, when we start or when we create account, they have give us the 50 vCPU limit. That is another important part, because No one want that, like no cloud provider wants that someone abuse their infrastructure by utilizing and spinning a machine and doing some kind of nasty stuffs. So that is where they have put some limit, but 50 vcpus are much more to understand and learn the basic thing. So here we can we can easily understand and see that how the things are going. And let's start. Let's say if I want to and all those things, you can see it will start playing and it will give us some kind of ideas. So let's stick with the one. And after that, the images, again the operating system image. Here we can see this Alien Linux is their customized version. Again, it is something based on CentOS or Red Hat kind of flavor. So you can select that if you want. I always go with the Ubuntu one. Don't know, but I like Ubuntu very much. So they are having a different version, and I'm just selecting this one. Click this security enhancement because then it will install some, the agent, and it will give you the recommendation if any kind of packages are going to expire or not up to date and all those things. And we can go with that. And keep remember, this pay as you go is not covered under the free tier 1 is a subscription model, and the size, but the steps are same. It is changing from this toggle to this toggle. So after selecting the image, I'm going to do again the ultra disk is the, the most performance or provisioned IOPS something, if you can understand. And standard SSD is the normal one. So we can go with this. And I don't want right now to do any other option. Going to the networking, it is giving that some kind of that this is a burstable and it's a credit based something. So we can okay with that. And I think I have jumped okay, yeah, this is the second step. Here we can see. So VPC, I have not created the VPC, but again, the same thing. If you understand the VPC part, all those options and learning can be utilized here. And another thing is, here they are giving some different option again, as I mentioned about the package thing. The package and the old model of buying a VPS or some virtual private server from a traditional hosting provider. So let's go with pay by bandwidth again. It is something that we want the payment terms on the bandwidth or egress charges consumption. So these are all the things we can explore. Pay by the traffic is something different than pay by bandwidth. Maybe in near future videos I will do the deep dive, because even for ECS itself need a dedicated couple of hour long course, because it's a big area and I am also exploring, but just giving you the example of these kind of thing. So security group is security group. So let's open port 22 for SSH, and there is no elastic specific interface because this is a very small instance, and maybe it is not what I can say suitable for this power packets or powerful packets. So another option like how we want. I have no key pair right now in Mumbai region. I have spin up something in Singapore region only. So I'm just giving some super secret password if password will be acceptable. Let me see here also. Yes, and I can give a name of, let's say, Ubuntu demo something. I'm typing randomly, and it is giving that everything okay. And I want, okay. So something here, like if we want some kind of specific time bound, we can define here, but I'm just going as a pay as you go to show. And I'm going to create the instance. So it will take again couple of seconds, and we will get our instance IP and we will be able to access, because I have not configured any dedicated security group to restrict the SSH access. This is again open to the world, and it will be spin up in couple of seconds. So meanwhile, let's go to the console and explore about something known as object storage service. So it is something like S3 or cloud storage in the world of AWS and GCP. We can create, I have created some buckets, I have put some data, I was playing and exploring. So again, it's a easy process. uh, Bucket name need to be unique. So let me show something if this name available, and I'm putting this again in India region. The endpoint, again, the different kind of classes, standard, infrequent access, and archive. Any versioning required or not. Again, by default the bucket data is a private one, and if any kind of encryption is required or logging is required, we can set up according to our requirement. And the bucket is file on my bucket, and here you can see the file is uploaded here, and I can see the preview as well as couple of other properties of this file. By default it is private. Even if we want to access it, we will get some kind of issue. Right now I am as a login user, so that is why, because you can see here it is a token is passing and I'm able to see. But by default it is it is private, and we will not able to access our bucket. So again, all those things are very much clear, and it is now much mature. Whatever are required for setting up any cloud environment, especially any infrastructure application environment. So uh, Ali Cloud is now, I'm seeing they are covering the things in a much bigger way and a faster way, and coming up with a lot of new offering. So let's see a quick thing for, especially for the admin people. You gonna like this, because if you love to work on the CLI. So this cloud console is here. I am not going to create a dedicated NAS because it can be chargeable and it will provide the persistent storage. I'm going to skip this. It will create the ephemeral storage, and we are going to explore little bit about all those things. So their cloud terminal or their CLI started with this Ali Yun. So this is the command which we need to use. So let's say we want to see how many buckets we have. So first we need to type this our aliyun, and then OSS is the service name of our object storage service, where we have put our we have created our bucket. And I'm just showing this because I have created these couple of two bucket. One is in uh, Singapore region, another is in Mumbai region, which I created few minutes ago. And here you can see it is showing, and it is the same kind of experience if we want to explore in this way. Just a quick thing for, especially for, I would like to say for developers, they have something known as API Explore. Let me quickly open that part also. I believe that will be much helpful. I believe if you are a developer, you're gonna like this, because I found this is much helpful. Let's say we want to design something using code, not via the console, not via the API, sorry, not via the CLI. Let's say we want to create this bucket, which I showed you via the console, but I want, so here it is going to give us the information about like how we can create and all those things. And these all are the APIs. Let's say we want to do something get bucket, and here you can see it is showing according to the each language specific some code which is required. Obviously access key secret, it is specific to your user with the permission access, but it is giving the code snippet to check and see whether these are, like how you can integrate with your different programming language. I found this is much easier, because searching for such kind of thing from a documentation, sometimes it is very much daunting, and it is very tough, and it can be a confusing. But here I found it's much easier. And I'm just submitting a request. I'm not putting any any what I can say parameters or these variables. Here you will be able to see the result via the API call, because it is, I'm in my account and it is already authenticated. It is showing me the result of the bucket name, which is in Singapore region, the another bucket which we created in the Mumbai region. So that is the beauty of, like, I found a very sweet manner to understand from a development perspective what kind of APIs are supported and how to write in a specific programming language with the SDKs. So I believe it will be much helpful if you explore all these things. And meanwhile, let's see, our system is now up and running. We can connect and we can see the other property. So this is not a class of Linux, but I'm just showing you the information that what we can get and what kind of things you will be able to see. Again, the disk, snapshot, security groups, all those are very common to any cloud platform. So understand, again, leverage the same thing. And once the things are over, let's go and we can terminate this instance. So we can terminate. Here you can see more and more option. If we want release, is here the terminate. If we want spin up the same kind of instance quickly with the same settings, if any kind of password is required, because from the console they will give us access to uh, access or enter into this instance via VNC. So we can set up all those password and things here. And if anything we want to create the AMI or custom image, and if we want to set any security group or any IP or network related configuration, so these all things are here. So here I am going to just release it because I don't want to utilize. I just want to show. And here again it is asking whether we want to schedule for the deletion or release, or if we want to delete or terminate right now. So I'm just confirming, and you will see in just a matter of few seconds it will be out. So this is little bit about ECS, the compute service, and the storage. Let's explore about the database one. That is, I believe, favorite topic for lot of people, and they are providing lot and lot of database services. So you can create again the same kind of. It may happen the first time um, when you start or click on any service, you will get asking for buy or activate. So that is a procedure you need to follow. It is not that it is going to charge, but you can say the API enablement. So again here it is showing subscription model, but we want pay as you go thing, and it is selected, and we want which region. And here you can see the different kind of flavor. Even Oracle is supported, not the exact Oracle, but kind of compatible Oracle database engine is there, but I believe it is not available in Mumbai region. That is why it is not showing. And then addition is something again which is a kind of a design template, not yes for MS SQL. It is something known. We need to select, but that is here. It is asking like enterprise edition, standard edition of a different version. But if you want to understand about this is something that a quorum they want to achieve, like multi availability zone deployment, or with that multi availability plus one some read replica. So they have just put it as a enterprise edition for MySQL. It's all about the infra or underneath design. We don't want that much high availability because we are not going to do anything. I'm just selecting a basic. Again it is asking that how we want a single deployment zone, where it is not giving in the basic any multi deployment, but here you can see multi-zone deployment, single zone. And if I select the enterprise edition, you can see it is giving much more option, and you can explore more like how they are giving all those read replicas and those powerful stuff. Here again this also comes under the free tier, and we can utilize. I showed you that free trial page. Just go through again, read what kind of terms and what kind of sizing you can explore in the free tier. And it is something the same kind of options. We need to select our VPC. A parameter group is something the settings where we can explore, or it can be changed later, but a reboot is required. Reboot will be required. So make sure the things are clear, and then we can create all these things. I'm not going to do. I just want to show you the console experience here. The same lot of services. They have the marketplace. If you want to quickly spin up, let's say, pre-installed WordPress blog on Ubuntu system, or any CentOS, or their own Linux version, all those things are freely available. Some are the paid software are available on marketplace, which you can utilize, or bring your own license model are also there. So this is just some small things I would like to cover. I believe you got an idea, because storage, compute, and networking is the core of anything. After that, you can explore at any level according to your, uh, use case and especially the business requirement. Things are easily here and it is growing in a bigger way. You can see the multiple databases type. I'm really happy to see they are providing MongoDB, Redis, Memcache, everything out of the box. And for the analytics, for the OLAP kind of stuff, they have a very good services, data migration services available. Action trail is something, the cloud trail or activity logs which are getting created and stored for the any audit purpose, what kind of actions has been taken, and you can see what kind of like how much time or who access the console at what time. So these all are things are again stored. So this is the overall idea. So now I don't want to go more on the console part. I want to talk on couple of things how you can start learning. One is always, why learn. I am trying to give you answer. It is growing. Again, they have presence in some geography where the other cloud provider don't have. Most important, their pricing structure is bit different and very competitive than other cloud provider. And the most important, if you are looking to expand your business in mainland China, this is something I believe they are helping because they have a very big presence in China. And it will give us a much flexibility here. Even you can see the I talk about ICP, it is that internet content provider. We need to fulfill some information, and after that we will get a certificate, some kind of approval. Then only we will be able to host our content or show, let's say, even our e-commerce for the Chinese user or the application. So this is the few small things. Lot of things are here. They have done lot of R&D and designed lot of things. Let me show something related to. Uh, I would like to show something related to their. mm, 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 where it is. Okay, yes. So this is something like Alibaba is created a lot of. So how their storage systems are going and what are there are a lot of good article and paper, white papers are there. There are some distributed storage. The project name or their storage name is Pangu. Try to understand like how these things are working. I really found a very good content here. A lot of good articles are here, good white papers which is clarifying a lot of my own doubts. So I will drop couple of links in the description, and you can refer all these things. And the same with something known as X Dragon. If you know about like AWS talking about the Nitro system architecture for their newer instance type. So here it is something they are coming with this X Dragon architecture, that how it is giving more and more performant thing. So these are the small things which will help us to clarify lot of things. And if you are using uh, you know ECS, one important thing I found a different, little bit different, because most of the cloud provider, their metadata, you know URL is 169.254.169.254, but here Ali Cloud metadata URL is something, again it is for internal. It is 100.100.100.200. After that we can ask like what kind of metadata or all those things required. Maybe these are very specific to the admin user, but lot of here, from the technical side, the differentiation come into picture. And another thing I forgot to show you or tell you, in object storage service, a single object can be a size of 48.5 terabyte. Most of the cloud provider having a limit of 5 TB per object or 10 TB per object, but Ali Cloud OSS, or this object storage service, I was going learning, I found it's 48.5 terabyte. That is a very massive and huge. Try to understand, man, like where the things are going. So let's talk a little bit about how you can learn. First, most important, start your trial. Without experimenting, things will not be clear. And that is another the missing part. People just watch some courses and ready to appear for certification, and they think that this will work in the production environment. Let me tell you guys, things will not fly if you really not open. Spend some time, don't target only certification, but spend some time to explore from the console. I showed you, even I'm not spending anything. I'm just trying to learn from all those things. I spend money when I started, but after that I figure out how these things and what kind of limitation and all these, and I'm going to put more and more my focus to learn in a much bigger way. Especially in the recent news, you will see how Alibaba is helping to providing their infrastructure for the current situation of COVID-19, the research, lot of things, lot of news are coming, and I'm also going through. It is something we need to important how realistically things are working. So I am going to put my more effort to learn about more deeply about this platform, and I will surely share in my near future videos about my learning, about my, how I troubleshoot the things here, and how it will differentiate with other, with the more deep learning or a more higher level, the more deeper level also, not only the basic level. So it is something, learning is always continuous, but keep remember to learn, to understand the things. And just quickly I want to share, go to this Alibaba Cloud Education or Alibaba Cloud Academy. You will find lot of free courses again, and they have their, these are the some free courses very specific for a service, maybe a few minutes to few minutes or not more than hour long. But if you are planning for any certification type, Alibaba is providing there again professional or all the certification. Let me show. So this is the initial one, like you can see the practitioner level. It's not that much tough. I also appeared for that exam back in February. It's a basic exam, but they have now catalog around 8 certification live. And recently one of my friends sat for this big data expert, and he shared that it is one of the toughest exam. It's not only for the early cloud, but it is a very practically and very well tested on the big data side. So if you are planning, but again, don't go jump away, right? First do practice, maybe it will take couple of months. Then if you feel comfortable, then you can start your Alibaba Cloud certification journey. And I highly suggest their good courses are available on discount. These are a $1 cost, and you can see these are some are 10 hours long, 8 9 10 hours long course from a different, and security is covering at a very big and deep level. Even I am going through this security course. It is damn good course. I highly suggest. This is just a few dollar of investment, but you will get an idea to learn about all those things, and it will be surely help in long run. So let me now cover the thing quickly with the wrap up, because I don't want to put too much of technical things right now. We will surely explore. I just want to show one quick thing about, if you are planning. I have written a one article, and I highly recommend. I will drop a link also. So this is my blog which just started, because until unless we will not do the hands-on practice, things will not come. I will drop a link. If you are preparing for the basic level of exam, I will drop a link. You can go through this article and feel free to share, and the learning will start slowly. It is not a one day job, but try to understand from the basic how you can leverage, what are the key things, what are the white papers you can follow. Even I few days back I post that I'm going to start a white paper reading session along with one of my friend. He suggested me this thing, and I got a good response. It's not only I'm going to cover only a one cloud platform, but I'm trying to cover the basics of all major cloud platforms, so that we all can be prepared, and we can our fundamentals will be more stronger and stronger. I am always focusing on the fundamentals part, because once the fundamentals are clear, it will build your confidence to handle your clients as well as to learn them more. Because top to bottom approach, I found it is bit tough. But if the fundamental, the bottom layer is strong, going to the top is much then easier. So guys, these are the few thoughts, and I'm open for the questions. And I have couple of questions with me also. Okay, so what is the future of Alibaba Cloud? That is a common question I got on from my circle. See, the future is something every technology or every platform is having its own core area and user base, right? You really need to decide where you want to serve, whether your organization, current organization, is dealing in such kind of areas where the other providers are not. Those are the few like tips or few factors which will impact the decision. First, you need to answer it to yourself rather than asking to the 100 different people. What is the future depend upon what actually you are looking for and what is your core area. The things can be, established on platform 1, platform 2, platform 3. Maybe a little bit architecture design will be different, but you really need to know before how, why. Why is the important, why you need, where it will fit best for you. I started learning because I got lot of queries and I feel yes, they are expanding and they have a proven record now. A case studies is always important, right? And they have a very big name customer with them. And multi-cloud, as we are talking and seeing from multiple reports, so things are there. So that is where I started putting my efforts to learn, and especially leveraging my existing learning. I'm not that starting everything from ground, that okay, what is a private subnet or public subnet. The terminology is different, but the end goal we can understand more or less. From the infra perspective, you can understand, okay, NAT gateway and bastion, where it will fit and how the subnetting will work. There is nothing rocket science or new things we are trying to do, but understand your own future first, that what you are actually looking for, what is your organization is doing, or if your customer goal is to expand in such kind of thing, you will get your answers like that. Another thing is, question is like, yes, now as the time go, the existing or current time, what is the value of doing any Alibaba Cloud certification? I will suggest not to do, because most of the people, it is very new. Doing a certification is not a big deal. You can maybe watching with the courses which are shared. There is like a, few dollar investment. You can watch and you can take exam. Okay. Another thing is, I don't believe that they have the uh, exam option to take it from home. I took it in the center back in February, but don't go and run for only for certification. It will not uh, okay, it will not give you any major value, because until unless your customers are not looking for them, then this will not make any sense in any way. It's always about necessity is the mother of invention. Where there the demand, you need to ready for the supply. But don't try that you need to overwhelm with the technology and the knowledge if you are not going to utilize it. Okay, one question I got. So Sharobni is asking, hey, thank you for the good session. So what about the solution you're talking about? How plays a major role to serve our customer? Thank you. Thank you for the question as well as your appreciation. So see, the solution design is always again to the customer, because as I mentioned that Alibaba is expanding exponentially, and as well as their pricing factor and out of the box. See, the proven method for their e-commerce. E-commerce is again a very big, maybe I believe a trillion or multi-trillion dollar market, right? If we are utilizing the proven methodology rather than building anything, from ground or reinventing the wheel, that is the whole purpose of any cloud platform. So the solution which I found and I am working and learning, especially around the IoT, the smart city solutions, as well as the e-commerce. That is why I decided to share this learning, so that it's not only about the infrastructure network. Those are again the core fundamentals, but the solution comes with your customer requirement, customer presence, customer demand, customer budget, own skill set, like the, as we are a cloud, let's say, consultant or a cloud, uh, yeah, cloud solution delivery provider. So it depends upon our team skill set. So lot of these factors so play a major role. Again, decision can be taken from a multiple way, but what I found is the market is started considering Alibaba Cloud platform is one of their choice. It is not that like they are running for only two platform or three platform. People are running for 4 to 5 platform. They are getting the solution approach, the quotation, the budget, the maybe a different security mechanism, compliances. So these all are small factors which are impacting a decision. My point is to share is to not to ignore. Maybe if someone is very new, they can start to learn their cloud journey from Ali Cloud. And if someone is experienced and they are looking for a multi-cloud journey and they are expanding in such regions where the other providers are not there, like as I mentioned, the Middle East, country like Malaysia. So just see the case studies from Malaysia. You will find the big names which which we heard on our daily basis, that okay, these are the brands. So you are going, you will be able to see the case studies, how they are utilizing and what was the actual requirement and why they choose these platform. I'm also in the same exploration phase, but I just want to set a ground for everyone that that the future is there. We need to know like what we want to do. Don't try to learn everything simultaneously, but one by one, a step by step learning will always be helpful. So these are the few thoughts about Alibaba Cloud, and I'm also exploring. And in a coming week, I'm going to do a session on OCI, because right now that is a very hot topic. And from the last 1 month, I found that people are running for certification, and that is the most watched video also of my channel. And I have created because I sat for there that fundamental exam, foundation exam. So I'm going to do, but feel free to reach out to me to share. Like, if you are exploring Ali Cloud, what's your journey? And I'm a coffee nerd. We can have others e-coffee while talking about Ali Cloud, right? I'm always happy to do such kind of thing. Try to share and learn from each other. My friend circle, they are dedicatedly working on Ali Cloud, so I'm learning from them what kind of things. Few things even like I would like to share from a personal experience of my friend's journey. They few things are not again at that mature level which may be on the other cloud platform, but not every time we need everything. Something again, the workaround is always there, and things are getting mature and coming up in a much faster way. So try to understand and try to, again, the basics are same. So if you know the basic, you can start from Ali Cloud to AWS or AWS to Ali Cloud. It may happen, but if you understand and later stage, because that is the key part now. People are talking that if the demand is there, we need to understand that yes, why it is not only we need to restrict ourselves only with the one platform. We need to open our learning area also to help our customers in much better way, rather than only just pushing one thing from our side. So that's all from my side. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and share this video in your circle. It will be helpful for everyone, as well as for me, to keep me motivated to create such kind of content and share my own learning. And again, subscribe to my channel and take care. See you next time. Bye bye.